VW has already shown off quite a few cars in the past days, and they're right behind you. Tell us a bit about those new models. And a lot of them are affordable cars. So how confident are you that you can sort of introduce the new people's car for the electric age that can compete with those from China?
The IIA is a great moment for us. Yesterday it was a fantastic day being able to present our new electric urban family from Volkswagen, beside of a lot of new technologies. And our ambition is to provide technology for the people, and that's what we are doing now with the entry-level electric cars. We are market leader with 28% in the electric segment, and these new products will give us another push to providing the newest level of software technology, connectivity with these cars, and a great package. And the overall offer, we think that will be very positive for our customers.
Yeah, great. And you've mentioned yesterday night that you want to be a global automotive tech driver. What does that mean in practice, and how are you going to measure that against those that are setting the pace in EV technology these days?
Volkswagen Group has got unique opportunities. We are playing in all segments, from motorbikes to affordable entry-level electric cars, over premium, sporty, luxury cars, then transporters, buses and heavy trucks. We are providing mobility for all generations, for our cultures all over the world. And I see being the global automotive tech driver more as in sports and in decathlon, in all disciplines, being very good, and the whole package should be the best one worldwide. And we have all opportunities how we develop now our software strategy with partners in the Eastern world, in China, partners in the Western world. For example, in the US, our own battery strategy with a unified cell concept, which we are bringing for the first time now in this new urban electric family. And then autonomous driving. We are the only European car manufacturer providing level 4 driving driverless with the ID bus. And so we have a lot of elements beside of our traditional strengths like design, quality, drivability of our products. And this combination, we think that's unique in the automotive world, and therefore our ambition is to be the automotive tech driver for the future.
Yeah. Being a global automotive company brings global challenges. How do you see the tariff situation at the moment? What's your latest status there? Are you still in talks with the US to maybe get a side deal, an agreement for your investments there?
We welcome the joint agreement in between US and EU with the opportunity to come to a signed agreement retroactive from the 1st of August on. And that gives us planning security. On the other side, the 15% would be a burden for Volkswagen Group. That's very clear, and we don't appreciate the asymmetric deal in between US and EU because it's distorting the competition in Europe. And therefore, we are counting on our own offer, investing heavily in the US, linked to our growth plan we planned in the US. And there we are in a close contact and good talks with the US government. And we hope that we come to a quick solution also during the next weeks with the support from the US government to our investments, because we think that's very attractive for the US community, building employment, building a supply chain, and that at the end gaining taxes in the US. And that is positive and a better multiplier than having on the other side the tariffs.
Yeah. Let's stay in the US for a second. You've long wanted to grow there, and you've made some investments in the Scout brand, for example. Now, things have changed. President Trump is cutting back on EV aid, the tariffs we've already discussed. How do you adapt your North American strategy to those new realities?
Yeah, we are investing heavily, for example, in Scout or in Rivian and other tech partnerships in the US, and we see still a huge growth opportunity for Volkswagen Group with all our brands. And Scout is one positive example to enter now in the biggest US car segment, pickup segment, and the huge rugged SUVs. And Scout stands for this segment. To bringing back a heritage US brand to the market. And what we are offering there is also a car with range extender. You have a internal combustion engine, and offering a huge mileage with these cars, around 800 miles. And I think that's very attractive for the US community. And the car is stunning. We were able to present it also yesterday here in Munich. And everybody is excited, and also the first order intakes are very, very positive for this car.
So no changes to Scout. You're doubling down on that brand and that introduction.
We are counting on Scout, and this is one very important driver of our growth strategy in the US.
Your more luxury brands, Audi, Porsche, have struggled with profitability recently. And your budget-oriented nameplates, Skoda, for example, have done really well on that front. How do you explain that, and what's the outlook for getting those premium brands back to premium margins?
You have to distinguish the circumstances. Brands are playing, Skoda's only playing in Europe, and has got a very low level of labor costs, mainly in the Czech Republic. On the other side, Audi and Porsche are global players. In terms of Porsche's in the so-called sandwich positioning in between China and the US. The luxury market broke down over 80% in China, and that counts over 25% of the Porsche volume. And on the other side, we have the tariff situation in the US, and this puts Porsche under pressure because both markets are counting over 60% of the Porsche volume. We don't earn any money on this. On the other side, Porsche has a perfect product portfolio, completely new, having record sales in the most of the Porsche markets, but on the other side, we are currently not able to compensate it. And in Audi, we switched the whole product strategy of Audi, a complete restructuring process of Audi. We were able to present the new Audi design language yesterday here at the IAA, and the Audi path is also very, very promising. But we have to fight against the circumstances these global players are faced currently.
Yeah. Let's look at China, an important market for you where you've sort of had to give up some share. What's your expectation for China for the remainder of this year and for next year? When will we see sort of a broader recovery for you guys?
Yeah, this year will still be a hard year in China. On the one hand side, we are still market leader on ICE models there, and that brings us to a positive profit margins overall. Only a few car manufacturers got this kind of positive business case. On the other side, we still don't play a role in the new electric vehicle segment, and therefore we switched 3 years ago completely our strategy in China, doing more business in China for China. We built a new engineering center, the second biggest center worldwide, over 3,000 engineers working there in Hefei. And we were able to reduce our engineering times of 30%. We were able to reduce our material cost of 40%. We have a new electronic platform, a new mechatronic platform, and we are entering in the market with the new models in 26 already, being competitive in terms of technology and pricing. And then we have a huge product offensive, bringing over 30 models by 2027 to the market. And we think that we will be competitive and gaining market share also in the NEV segment. And so that is our strategy in China.
Yeah, quick last question. What's the outlook on your dual CEO role? Any plans there for the future?
Yeah, we always mentioned that my dual role is limited. And on the other side, we implemented this dual role, having opportunities and positive aspects for both companies. And this year I agreed to join the whole restructuring process of Porsche, and then will come the time where we will decide to focus on one company. We haven't decided yet the schedule, and we haven't decided yet a substitute, but the time will come where we will take the decision, and at the end, the task of the supervisory boards of both companies.